Welcome back to the Divine Melanin Vlog. You know how we do. We love, we lift, we experience life divinely. It's your girl D-Ray, and I am back with another powerful vlog that I know will help improve relationships, okay? And so today we are going to talk about a guide or a how-to actually create and achieve a thriving relationship, right? That's so important, because if your relationship is not thriving, why are we in it, okay? Why are we in it? So first, what does it mean to even have a thriving relationship? A thriving relationship is a relationship that is constantly progressing, okay? Constantly making steps forward, whatever it is that you and your partner may have come together on to say that you would like to grow in. These things are tangible, okay? So things that we can physically touch, like a house, a car, a business, an investment, more abundance, a baby. That there's growth that you can actually touch. And then there's growth that is totally unseen. This is the changing of your minds. This is becoming in synchronicity with one another. This is when you think of your partner, they're calling you. Okay? You finish each other's sentence. These are spiritual growth markers that we can look at to know that we're having a thriving relationship. Okay? So a thriving relationship is always growing. How do we do this? How do we achieve a relationship that is constantly growing, physically and spiritually? Okay, so there's 4 things that I'm going to talk about that, from my experience, has become the thing that I know that helps us to continue moving forward, right? And so the 4 things are: 1, individuals, as individuals, you seek to know thyself, okay? 2, let me look at it. We are in the flow, okay? In our relationship, we are in the flow state. 3 is to perform mental alchemy. And 4, lastly, but totally not the least, is support, okay? You need support. And so we're going to go a little bit into all of those, all right? So the first one, seek to know thyself. When 2 individual people are focused on knowing and understanding themselves more, they're able to live their life from a more purposeful space and place of being. Okay? And when you are living from your purpose, there's so much passion, there's so much power, there's so much love within your own existence. Okay? So imagine 2 individuals doing this. There's so much love and passion and purpose within your own existence, because now you understand who and what you are, that when you come together with another person who's doing the same exact thing, so many doors, opportunities, mental revelations are just open, okay? The first and most important thing in this life is to seek to know thyself, right? Knowing yourself. Why do you think the way you think? Act the way that you act. Feel the way you feel towards certain situations. When you have 2 people who are doing that, life becomes on purpose, and everything that you do is on purpose, and you have more gratitude for all of your experiences. So seeking to know yourself is so important, outside of even relationships, outside of just, most importantly, it's the building of a good, solid relationship within yourself, right? So once you have come to know, love, respect, trust, all of these great qualities that you want to have about yourself, once you get that with yourself, it's so much easier to create that within your relationship. And ultimately, a relationship built on unconditioned love, trust, just a knowing and assertiveness leads to progression, okay? Leads to progression, leads to growth. And you guys can hone in on what you want to accomplish and do together. The next thing is being in the flow state. First, you got to break down what is being. Being is sensing. Being is feeling. Being is just being in the now, right? Being in the now. And that's so important because so often people in relationships are in the past or they're in the future, right? You're in the past, you're in the future. And there's a time and a place for both. But if you are finding yourself consistently being in the past or consistently being in the future, you're not being in the flow of what is now. And you have to understand that right now is what creates your future. Right now is what proves the past to be healed. Wow. It's so important in a thriving relationship to be in the flow state. And that's not to say that there won't be some ebb and flow. What do I mean by ebb? Ebb means things are kind of slow. You may not be the happiest you've been in your relationship, or things may not be working out, or so they seem, right? It's so important to understand that that's a part of the laws of the universe, to have ebb and flow. When things seem a little bit slower and when things feel fast-paced, vibrant, and moving in the direction of where you want to go. It's so important in your relationship, and this is why knowing yourself is so important, because when you know yourself as individuals and then as a unit, then you understand those times where you need to be still, okay? And stillness is not stagnation. Stillness means you're waiting on your higher self, the spirit, to take you or move you in the direction that you need to go so that y'all can be the best that you can absolutely be. And then there's a time where it's now time for movement. Okay, now we have to do this. Now we have to do this. This is the work that we need to do to get to where we want to be. Okay, so thriving relationships are in the flow state. It's just like this. Okay, thriving relationships are in the flow state. In this state, you are able to receive all of the information that the universe, your higher self, the spirit realm, whatever you call it, has to give you. Understanding when it's time to be still, when it's time to be really focused on your internal state of being. This is your meditation time. This is your yoga. This is your fasting. And then there's a time where you are putting these things to work. Now, that's not to say that couples shouldn't always be meditating, doing yoga all the time, because we should be. All right. So the next thing is called performing mental alchemy. Mental alchemy. Alchemy is changing something from one state to another. Okay. Everything in life happens by way of mental alchemy, or by not doing mental alchemy, okay? So a lot of times, a lot of our beliefs, our thought systems, our thought processes are based on the information that has been passed down from our parents, right? And then their parents have passed this information down to them. That's just a natural, normal way of the world. Your mother is the biggest form of mind control, right? Mothers, parents, okay? Do this because of this, do that because of that. And a lot of times, some of the thought processes that we've inherited from our parents are positive, and some of them are negative. So when couples perform the mental alchemy, what's actually happening is you are choosing what thoughts you want to keep and cultivate and what thoughts you want to let go of. For example, I remember growing up, my mom, you got to work hard. You got to work hard. It's funny. Dream-wise, live life. Go look at his Princess and the Frog video, because it's kind of explaining this right now. That's Love, Live Life on YouTube. Okay, so you work hard for what you want. You got to work. It's so good to have a job. Okay, that's a thought process, a thought form that our parents or my parents gave me. They said, you need to work. You got to have a job, right? The mental alchemy is going from, I work for myself. My job is my passion. I really don't have a job because I'm doing what I love. I am self-employed, right? My thought processes is changing from have to have a job, work hard, to what I do is what I love. I don't work a job. I'm self-employed. I'm abundant. And money flows to me naturally just because of who I am, right? So mental alchemy is so important. It's so important to establish what thought processes you want to work on your behalf, and what are the other ones that you need to let go of. Okay, because our thoughts become things, and our thoughts are working. Okay, our thoughts are working. That's the whole point of affirmations. That's the whole point of focused thought. Okay, and so thriving relationships perform mental alchemy. Both people are constantly investigating their thoughts and understanding what thoughts they're having that are contributing to the overall success, whatever you call success within your love life, okay, or to the overall failure of your love life. You have to be constantly investigating those thoughts and releasing them. Why? Because a lot of them are not from us, okay? A lot of them are not from what was sparked out of me that I received directly as a higher channel from higher beings. A lot of it is mama said do this, daddy said do that. So thriving couples perform mental alchemy, changing your thought processes from one form to another, okay? Whatever's going to best serve you and your household. The next one, the last one, is called support. And support is I forgot the technological term for it, but I broke it down by letter. So the S in support stands for safety. The S in support stands for safety. There's a level of safety your partner has to feel in order for them to be free to do whatever it is that they need to do in order to know themselves better, fulfill the purpose that they came here to do. All right. There's a certain level of safety and security that you want to have within your relationship to really thrive. Okay. So S, safety. You, understanding. A lot of the times the person that we've decided to share our lives with is the most understanding person that you could ever create. They just get you. Even the parts of you that you don't really understand and that you're still working on. Okay. When you really find that genuine love, when you really find that person who was kind of designed for you in this time and space, they just understand. They just get you. They're just like the cream to your coffee. They just know. Okay. And when they don't know, when they don't understand, your partner seeks to understand. Wow. Saying all of that just made me feel so much love and appreciation from my life partner. Yeah. Okay. So the P, the first P in support is for presence. Like I stated in the B and in the flow state, point. Presence is so important. Being there, being in your relationship and experiencing the things that you experience together. Okay? You're fully here. You're fully here. And ways that we do that is by one, making sure that you are a great listener whenever you're communicating with your partner. You're seeking to understand. You're here. I'm with you. Okay? Presence. The next P is going to be patience. Okay? Patience as our dreams and the lives that we want to live are unfolding. A lot of times we put unrealistic strains on our partners because we want things to happen whenever we think we want them, whenever we think they should be happening. And that inhibits a relationship from thriving. You have to be patient. You have to be present. I had another P word that I wrote in my blog, but for some reason I didn't write it down and it's not coming to me. But patience, presence, right there, that's enough right there to create that thriving relationship that you're looking for and that you very much so deserve. Be patient. Be present and understand that everything that is happening right now is lining up for that manifestation that you want to have. All right. Openness. You all have to be open-minded within your relationship in order for it to thrive. What does open-mindedness or openness even means? It means being okay with exploring the unknown. Wow. A lot of relationships are not thriving because you refuse to do something different. You refuse to do something new. You fear what you don't know and what you don't understand. And that keeps you in the same space and in the same realm. In order for you to get things that you have never had, you got to do things that you've never done. And that takes openness. So if there's openness and open-mindedness within your relationship, then there's obviously a certain level of communication that has to happen, and both partners have to want and know that there's better out there to be obtained on a spiritual realm first, and then next on this material, physical plane. All right. R. I think I put the word, I know what I put. I put recognition. It's so important to speak words of recognition to our partners. That's so important, okay? It's so important to recognize the work that they are doing in themselves, okay, on themselves, within their own personal lives, and how that work is affecting and making the life that we have together better. It's so important to say, I love you, babe. You're doing a great job. I love your work. Wow. You are amazing. I'm talking directly to you, babe, because I feel all of these ways about you, okay? And I have a thriving relationship. And for you to have a thriving relationship, my listeners out there, you have to recognize and give recognition by words of affirmations, the work that you see your partner doing and putting in to fulfill that purpose. All right? That's so huge. Okay? Because we're life partners. We're in this thing together. Let me know. Reassure me that you see the progress that I'm making. Okay? That's huge. And then the last one is T, which stands for trust. Trust and knowing that even sometimes when it doesn't feel like it, know that what you are doing and what your partner is doing is for the betterment of you and your unit, okay? Trust is so important, and trust starts with yourself. To really trust, it means that you understand and surrender to the fact that you wouldn't be somewhere doing anything if you were not mentally, spiritually, and emotionally prepared to be there and doing it. Okay? You have to trust who and what you are, which is why first you got to seek to know yourself. Build up that intuition, build up that spiritual communication that you have with yourself that will give you guidance on what you should and should not be doing. Okay? Thriving relationships have an unlimited amount of trust. And that's not to say that this trust does not take work, because it does. But it gets better when you start to trust yourself first. Trust your intuition, listening to yourself, seeking to better understand yourself and how your spirit communicates with you. When you understand that, you'll be able to understand how your partner is communicating with you and what their actions and what their feelings and their behaviors is trying to say to you. Wow. Okay. So that was 4 things to do to achieve a thriving relationship. 1, seek to know thyself. 2, be in the flow state. Be in the presence. 3, do mental alchemy. Forget woke and do some work. Okay. And then lastly, 4, you want to support. You want safety, understanding, presence, patience, purpose. That's a little extra one. Openness, recognition, and trust. All of these things, if done holistically and wholeheartedly, first within yourself and then outward, it will be reflected in your relationship, and you will be improving and growing. And I'm just so happy about my own relationship because I see the growth that we're making. And so I make all of these videos because we're doing the work all the time, okay? Making sure that we're doing what we need to do to fulfill our purpose. Thank you again for coming to the Divine Melanin Vlog. You know how we do. We love, we lift, we experience life divinely. Peace.